We're here with Erin Hartwell, National Track Sprint Coach, who has just moved to the Hamilton areas to get ready for the opening of the Milton Velodrome and to take on duties as Canada starts to expand its track program. Erin, can you give us a bit of an idea from your perspective, where is Canada with having a sprint program? We've had sprinters in the past, but it looks to me like this is probably the start of a real program.
Yeah, I think we're much more organized than we've ever been, in Cycling Canada's history of working with sprint programs. So we now have full depth in our elite men's and women's programs. Actually looking for one more men's team sprinter, but we have a development pool that's coming through that we're assessing out in LA next week. So right now I'm quite confident with the women we have and men, especially looking at what we did at the recent Pan American Cycling Championships with 3 medals, a gold and 2 silver medals. A few national records, a couple of 4th places, so I'm pretty confident with where we're at, but we do have a long way to go, but I like where we're starting.
So is team sprint the primary focus at this point?
If you're looking at the Olympic qualification, yes, but at the same time, we have a number of elite individuals, Hugo Beret, Joe Faloche, and Monique Sullivan, who are quite competent, more than competent at their individual events, that have also met the UCI quotas for participation at the World Cup. So I am focusing on them individually, but at the same time, we're looking to build a concrete foundation of our team sprint programs.
So I guess goals in the next year as we head into the Pan Am Games. I'm assuming, well, actually I won't assume. You tell me what are the goals moving into next year leading up to the Pan Am Games.
Well, the thing is, continental competition is at its highest ever level of competitiveness. At the same time, Pan American Games on home turf, we're gunning for that, for gold medals, minimum medals, but preferably some gold, along the way. So Pan American Games next year, a big deal for us. In addition to obviously our Olympic qualifying process, World Cups, World Championships, and shoring up our developmental pool.
And I mean, the track now in Milton that's opening within the next couple of months, how big of a difference is that going to make for you in terms of putting together this program?
2 words: game changer. It's the biggest thing we have going for us, especially with the sprint program. Sprint cycling historically is a training-based, centralized environment, and for us having this an incredible $50 million facility, right here in our backyard, like I said, it's going to be a game changer for sprint cycling here in Canada.
Okay, and I guess the other last question I have is on the development side. I mean, are there any programs or any plans for programs to start sussing out the next generation of sprinters?
Absolutely. We're doing 2 things. We're assessing and evaluating our existing development pool, approximately 25-30 athletes, here in Canada that are part of the sprint program. But we're also doing talent ID initiatives, which we started last March, looking at multiple sports, athletes that never considered cycling as an option, and getting some great return on that so far. So I think that combined approach, that dual approach to looking for new talent is already beginning to reap dividends for us in the likes of Kate O'Brien, who was with us at Pan Am's as a bobsledder, and just other athletes that we're seeing coming through the pipeline. So absolutely it'll establish the foundation of what we're trying to do.
Great, well thanks very much, and hopefully get a chance to see what's happening in a couple of months down in Milton.
Definitely, I'll see everybody in the Hammer, all right?